perfect segue for me because that I've got a couple of experiences. One of them just happened on Sunday, where that service to others, how that opens things up. You know it, you hear it, but to actually experience it a few different times in a powerful way, you're like, this shouldn't happen like this. But you know, it got to be, yeah, I have to admit, I feel embarrassed of it. But yeah, it's like I got to take care of me. I got to take care of this, and you get tight. And I had the opportunity to do something where it's like I get to entertain this group. I get to help make this a fun time. I get, you know, and it was about other people, and I was so engrossed in it. And in doing so, it just it felt really good. One, but all of a sudden, a couple things happened for me that I didn't ask for. I didn't expect them. I didn't ask. I didn't, you know, they were to my benefit, but I wasn't looking for them like I was looking before. And this happened about 6 months ago too. And I was putting on a baseball game for Father's Day, and I was just so excited I couldn't even sleep. I was just organizing, make sure, you know, we had everything, and we had the field just set up right. We had all the equipment, and everything was going to run smoothly. And it was all about just creating this environment for other people. And then I end up going to bat, and I'm not a home run hitter, but I was hitting left-handed even. And 5 times in a row, I hit the home run. There was only one other home run hit the whole game. I couldn't miss the ball. But I didn't care. I wasn't even. I could care less if I struck out. I could care. It was just because it was fun, and we were creating something for my dad to have a memory. And they wouldn't even let me bat a 6th time.
I cannot imagine why not. It's like.
But yeah, it was just bizarre because and I've never did that in my life, and there I was not. I'm like those days are behind me. I had no, I've got nothing to prove. I didn't have. It just was, what's going on? Everybody's like, I didn't know you could do that.
And meanwhile, you're going, I didn't know I could do that either.
Right. So I was like, oh. So, yeah.
Well, it just goes to show you the power. Wow.
Yeah, and then the same thing. It was like at the I put a game together for the Super Bowl, and it was about just giving numbers for all the kids, and then there was adults, and we needed one more number, so I put mine in, and so ends up I get 0, and that's the first 3 quarters. I ended up winning all the money for the first 3 quarters of this game. It was just kind of one of those things. I didn't want that to happen, and then it did, but it's weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So when you're not so focused on the outcome, it kind of flows easier. That's kind of what I'm hearing.
That's right. Yeah, and just that's what I want to try to apply more and learn to just really get in those positions where you just need to step outside of yourself, and it's not about me, and good things you'll be taken care of. Stop worrying so dang much, just stop. You might be challenged in ways you've never been challenged, but it's not going to do you any good to stress, because it's just going to make it harder to get things to work, and you'll be taken care of. And when you're focused on that, you're going to do so much more good for other people that it's like there's just no way you're not going to be taken care of. So I have to believe there's a lot to do with that, and faith, and everyone can benefit by doing so.
I think it's quite interesting. I want to just expand on what you had said, because you had said you weren't focusing on it, and the one of the key components to our subconscious mind is that it doesn't see things as good or bad. It doesn't hear jokes. It doesn't know any of that. It just sees and hears what it hears as truth. So we're often told to visualize what we want to happen in the future and focus on that. But if you are doing the exact opposite, if you are focusing on what you don't want to happen, your subconscious doesn't hear don't, it just sees what you're focusing on. And by nature, by the law of nature, it has to bring that into reality. So even if it's something that you're like, oh, I really wish this doesn't happen, I sure hope this doesn't happen, oh my good Lord, I hope this doesn't happen, your subconscious is going, oh, you keep focusing on that as to happen. Okay, let's make that happen, because that's what this guy keeps thinking about over and over and over again. This has got to be it. Meanwhile, our conscious brain is going, no, I said don't happen. It's like, and our subconscious just doesn't hear those words. It's like, if there's ever selective hearing, your subconscious has it. It's like it does not. And that's why there's a lot of times when people are like, well, what you fear the most, if you focus on it, it tends to come to pass. Well, you're like, well, I didn't want it to come to pass, but you kept focusing on it. And with your subconscious being completely oblivious to the fact that do and don't and not and good and bad, that it doesn't exist. All it knows is that that's what you were focusing on. So yeah, it's quite interesting, because even though you didn't want it to happen, at some point your subconscious mind grabbed a hold of that as that's what you wanted to happen.